The Jew's harp, also known as the jaw harp, mouth harp, Ozark harp or Jew's harp, is a lamellophone instrument, which is in the category of plucked idiophones. It consists of a flexible metal or bamboo tongue or reed attached to a frame. The tongue reed is placed in the performer's mouth and plucked with the finger to produce a note. Characteristics: the frame is held firmly against the performer's parted teeth or lips, using the jaw and mouth as a resonator, greatly increasing the volume of the instrument. The teeth must be parted sufficiently for the reed to vibrate freely, and the fleshy parts of the mouth should not come into contact with the reed to prevent damping of the vibrations. The note or tone thus produced is constant in pitch, though by changing the shape of his or her mouth and the amount of air contained in it, the performer can cause different overtones to sound and thus create melodies. The volume of the note can be varied by breathing in and out. History: this instrument is considered to be one of the oldest musical instruments in the world. A musician apparently playing it can be seen in a Chinese drawing from the 4th century BC. Despite its common English name, and the sometimes used Jew's trump, it has no particular connection with Jews or Judaism. This instrument is native to Asia and used in all tribes of Turkic peoples in Asia, among whom it is variously referred to as the temir-kamaz, agizkamazu, or gubsadorum. The instrument is known in many different cultures by many different names. The common English name, Jew's harp, is sometimes considered controversial or potentially misleading, and is thus avoided by a few speakers and manufacturers. Another name used to identify the instrument, especially in scholarly literature, is the Older English trump, while gimbard, the French word for the instrument, can be found in unabridged dictionaries and is featured in recent revival efforts. Since trances are facilitated by droning sounds, the Jew's harp has been associated with magic and has been a common instrument in shamanic rituals. The temir-kamaz is made of iron, usually with a length of 100 to 200 mm and with a width of approximately 2 to 7 mm. The range of the instrument varies with the size of the instrument, but generally hovers around an octave span. The Kyrgyz people are exceptionally proficient on the temir-kamaz instrument and it is quite popular among children, although some adults continue to play the instrument. There is a national artist of Kyrgyz Republic who performs on the instrument temir-kamaz. One time 20 Kyrgyz girls played in a temir-kamaz ensemble on the stage of the Bolshoi Theatre in Moscow. Temir-kamaz pieces were notated by Zatarovich into 3 parts. Apparently an octave drone is possible, or even an ostinato alternating the 5th step of a scale with an octave. Etymology: there are many theories for the origin of the name Jew's harp. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, this name appears earliest in Walter Raleigh's Discordiana in 1596, spelled Jew's harp. The jaw variant is attested at least as early as 1774 and 1809. The Jew's variant appeared only in the late 19th and 20th centuries. It has also been suggested that the name derives from the French jeu trompe, meaning toy trumpet, but theories that the name is a corruption of jaws or jeu are described by the OED as baseless and inept. The OED says that more or less satisfactory reasons may be conjectured, e.g., that the instrument was actually made, sold, or imported to England by Jews, or purported to be so, or that it was attributed to them as a good commercial name, suggesting the trumps and harps mentioned in the Bible. Quote, used Carnatic music. The instrument, known as morsing in South India, is part of the rhythmic section in a Carnatic music ensemble. Turkic traditional music. The instrument is also used by Sakura Yakut people and Tuvans with the name Zomas or Homus. Sindhi music. In Sindhi, the Jew's harp is called Changu. In Sindhi music, it can be an accompaniment of the main instrument. One of the most famous players is Amir Buxru and Joe. Sicilian music. In Sicilian language, the Jew's harp is known as the maranzanu. It is a common element of Sicilian folk music. It also commonly in contemporary styles to provide a distinctive element of Sicilian identity to Sicilian music. World music. The Jew's harp is frequently to be found in the repertoire of music played by alternative or world music bands. Sandy Miller of the UK-based Brazilian samba funk band Tempo Novo plays a Jew's harp solo in the piece Canto d'Ossana. Austrian Jew's harp playing. Whereas Jew's harp music is predominantly played with a drone, i.e., the one fundamental note is sounding throughout the playing. The tradition in Austrian folk music since about the 18th century has been to use multiple Jew's harps tuned to the main degree of a diatonic scale, that are used according to the chords of the music. Thus, Austrian Jew's harp music uses typical Western harmony. In recognition of this special development, the UNESCO has included Austrian Jew's harp playing in its intangible cultural heritage list. Western classical music. The Austrian composer Johann Albrechtsberger, chiefly known today as a teacher of Beethoven, wrote 7 concerti for Jew's harp, mandora, and orchestra between 1769 and 1771. 4 of them have survived, in the keys of F major, E-flat major, E major, and D major. They are based on the special use of the Jew's harp in Austrian folk music. The American composer Charles Ives wrote a part for Jew's harp in the Washington's Birthday movement of A Symphony, New England Holidays.